So maybe what went wrong in that last quarter? What are you going to do about it?
We just got mauled at stoppage. I think for 3 quarters we played exactly how we wanted to play and exactly how we needed to play against Essendon. I thought, we didn't take our chances of our dominance in the inside 50 count and hitting the scoreboard. But I was wrapped with the way we executed how we needed to play. And then the last quarter we just got obliterated at centre bounce, mid-throw, mid-ball up. I think it was 6 goals out of stoppages in the last quarter, and we kept them to 1 goal to 3-quarter time. So, our midfielders and structure just got opened right up. As I said, we controlled it beautifully. We made them work hard to get it off us. We controlled the ball, and then just went totally out the window in the last quarter. So we'll go back and view it. And but at the moment, I don't have the answers to why that last quarter appeared out of nowhere.
It appeared that the players stopped running with a time.
No. Look, the data we just went through for 3 quarters was our lowest work rate for 3 quarters for the year, which showed you that we controlled the ball and making the opposition do a lot of work to get it off us. So we should have been up and about for the last quarter, but when you're just getting dominated inside and they're just creating a lot of forward run, you can look slow. But we were able to stop that for 3 quarters and we were able to stop in the last quarter. So, then the ability to keep sticking out and the scoreboard was going against you and making mistakes, and I thought our turnovers crept back in the last quarter. Combination of all of that, I would think, without going back and looking at the vision.
Halfway through that last quarter, it appeared that the players simply gave up. Is that accurate?
No.
Matthew, can you make sense of how you lose stoppage, win clearances, leave the game?
Sorry, was that lose stoppage, win clearances?
You're losing the hit-outs, winning the stoppages, leading the game. Then you change up the rucks, you win the hit-outs, you lose the stoppages, you lose the game.
Yeah, so I think the ruck debate is null and void, as in we're still developing our rucks and we're still looking to see who's going to step up, and they've got their good stuff and they've got the stuff they need to work on. But I think the ruck debate of you need 2 or 3 or 1 is out the window with
This one now turns it onto the midfield, doesn't it?
Yeah, look at it. Does our structures in their ability to keep winning first possession. I think it was 12-6 our first possession in the last quarter. So that's where it come down to. As you said, we actually broke even in the last quarter with some hit-outs, maybe 1 or 2 their way, but insignificant compared to what the first 3 quarters were. So yeah, we will have to go back and have a look at the tape. I thought they just spread and really got some forward momentum out of it. And then we started conceding inside 50s, which put us on the back foot with our skills and our ability to run the ball out. And in the first 3 quarters, I think we held them to 30 inside 50s, and we're up to 40.
Like that's the real test of on-field leadership.
Yeah, it was. Look, I thought our senior players certainly stood up and gave some direction. I thought they did that throughout the quarter. We just couldn't stop the momentum, and the double whammy was we didn't get the true dominance we needed to out of our dominance in the first 3 quarters. To be up front by 4, 5, 6 goals. Now Essendon might say they defended well. I thought we just didn't take our opportunities well enough, and for the inside 50 count and the stoppage dominance and the possession dominance, we needed to be 4 or 5 goals up. Instead, we were just at 1 or 2 and not able to really put them away. And then, therefore, when a team does get a roll on, you're able to absorb it because you've actually got a good lead on the scoreboard, and that's what bit us on the backside.
So, Justin, you were out there. What did you feel happened?
Oh, as Matty said, just the momentum of the game shifted. We thought we were there with a real red hot go in the 3rd quarter time, and they just wanted the footy more than us. Simple as that. Our structures were pretty good, but just our willingness to win probably couldn't match theirs, and that's probably what it comes down to.
Matthew said yesterday that one thing he wanted to see was what Adelaide players had an appetite for the contest.
Yep.
We're still questioning why you didn't have it for the showdown, and then we don't see it for the last 35 minutes. So what's the answer?
To be honest, that's $1 million question for us. Obviously, consistency is something that we're truly trying to work on at the moment, and at AFL level, 3 quarters is just not good enough, and we just need more from our senior players. Even though they were a lot better today, it just wasn't enough.
Do you understand that the image of a team that looks like it's not trying is emerging with whatever?
Absolutely, for sure, and every single player at the club are aware of that, and that's something that we can't accept. and we're trying to change that at the moment. And it's not going to be a quick fix. We got to change things long term, and we're definitely working at that.
I'm not sure people would say we don't try. I think we've had two and a half bad games this year that every club's had. You know, Collingwood had at the start of the year. They're on top of the ladder. West Coast have had a couple. Essendon, we just played, have had a couple. So I'm not sure we're getting a. You might say I'm naive or blind. I don't think we're getting a reputation that we don't try and we don't have show and effort. There's some games that, well, I'll question it and go hard at the players, but you know, I wouldn't think we're a team, and clubs would say this team don't try, and you're just going to turn up and have an easy win.
So what reaction do you take? You said a lot of players were lucky to get a chance to play this week. Do you have an ability to change it up, or are you just going to persist with what?
No, we'll keep position. You know, look, we had a super young midfield today that, you know, I thought held their own for a while, but then, you know, they'll learn some great lessons. So Moore was pretty good on Watson for 3 quarters, did a good job there. I thought Broadbent was able to find the ball. Travis was able to find the ball, didn't finish as well as he'd wanted to. You know, I thought some of our key backs were okay. Our forwards showed a fair bit, quite a few of them. So there was a lot of pleasing signs there. But, you know, who can we bring in? We'll probably have Cassisi will be available. Roden might be available. Jasper Pittard will definitely be available if he's got through today. But we're not going to make wholesale changes. We've just got to understand, once again, to the guys, the self-belief and the evidence that we are good enough to play well against good teams, but not for long enough yet. And we've just got to keep striving towards doing that. And we think we are, but the history and the scoreboard and the win-loss ratio this year will say we're not quite there yet, but we're getting closer.
Justin, do you get frustrated when fast leads are not on by your teammates?
Oh, look, even when we're winning, you're going to miss out on leads for sure. But obviously, we probably made hard work for ourselves. Where early on in the game, where we probably butchered the skills a bit, and that's probably what cost us later on throughout the game. So, sure, you're going to get missed every now and then, but you just got to suck it up and move on.
Matty, a number of occasions the ball's at the 50-metre line and the court's going sideways. What's going on there?
Yeah, that happened twice, but it cost us goals twice. So that's not how we want to move the ball and kick the ball. We want to get in nice and deep, and if we mark it, if we have a shot on goal, terrific. If we have a stoppage.
How many times have you given them that message?
Yeah, it's certainly how we want to play, but you know, I'll go to bat on every team. We'll do something and play a certain way the coach doesn't want them to. It's a tough game out there. There's a lot of heat. There's a lot of decision making going on, and you're going to make some blues. But they certainly today cost us 2 goals when they could have at least stopped them and given us another inside 50. We could have got a shot or could have got another shot. So that was disappointing. But you know, they're 2 facets that cost us goals. There was other areas too.
Justin, I've now heard twice support players say during the week training's been near perfection, skills great, hitting targets, and then at the end of the game they say your skills weren't up to it. So what changes between you guys thinking you're confident with your skills and then not having them on match day?
Oh, look, it's the pressure of the game. You can't replicate training to be exactly the same as a game. Obviously, that's an area which we've acknowledged and something that we're trying to improve. I think this week was a hell of a lot better than last week, and we just got to keep that going. If it comes from training, extras, things like that, that's just what we've got to do to hopefully build on what we have in 3 quarters to take that into a 4-quarter effort, for sure.
I think our kicking efficiency was the best they've been for a month today, so which came up in how we played the game and how we need to play against Essendon, so that was a positive.
Is this lingering pain from last year? That so much damage was done to the program last year that it's still got a lingering effect now?
It's more about, you know, how we're developing and how quickly we can do it. You know, we, as I said, we had some youth out there, but we also had some experience out there. This group, I'll go back to it again, they've improved, but they haven't improved enough to what we as coaches and I expect. And we're going to keep demanding a higher level, and we'll keep forcing the team, we'll keep training a team, we'll keep picking a team until we get there. We're getting closer, but we're as frustrated as hell as our supporters would be. It'd be killing them, and it's killing us right now, letting that game slip. And there's too many games this year that we thought we could have won. People might not have thought we were good enough, but today we're good enough to win. But we just didn't have the polish and the cream on the top to win.
The other interesting thing is you've played 2 teams now that have been absolutely smashed in their attack the way in which they could present their preferred attack, and you've conceded so much. What would that be?
Well, once again, we conceded goals at the end till three-quarter time. Defensively, we were pretty good. They got us on the fast break, and they played that way. I thought we were able to contain them, and a couple of kickings were poor from us, our ability to zone them. But defensively, we were pretty good for three quarters and kept them to a score that was going to give us a chance to win. But once again, I'm not quite sure what the margin was. It was probably our biggest margin for the year. It definitely didn't feel like that, but that's what Essendon can do to you. They can score very quickly. But defensively, for three quarters, we were pretty good.
You talked about that appetite for the contest yesterday. What do you think was lost?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure why it was lost. It was, opposition stepped it up a little bit. For three quarters, it was a lot better than Essendon's, which is great and a great response. But the appetite to get it back off them and to negate some of their dominance wasn't good enough for the last 20 minutes.
Do you focus on the first three quarters in review?
No, we'll focus on that and the last quarter, because it cost us the game. And why did we lose the game? Let's go back and have a look at it and study it, and we're going to get better from it. But then we'll also look at three quarters, and this is how we want to play, guys. This is what we need to do against good teams. And our stoppage stuff was great. Our ball movement was very good. We actually made them look second-rate on occasions. But as James got them playing some pretty good footy, and they kept on whacking away till the end, and they've had some pretty good last quarters, and today was one of them.
Is there a point in that last quarter where you sort of think, here we go again?
To an extent. To an extent, but I've got belief in the guys that they keep pushing through it. Obviously, the last 15, you could see the writing on the wall. But we had, I think we had 2 shots in the first 7 or 8 minutes that we should have kicked goals on, and then we're back in front or back in the game. So it wasn't as if the whole last quarter was written off. Definitely, the last 20 minutes was certainly the writing was on the wall to what the result was going to be.
Matthew, do you feel it's a difficult question in a sense, I guess, but do you feel like you dropped off today, or that they lifted?
Both. Yeah, both. I thought they lifted. I thought the third quarter was a real arm wrestle. We probably got caught up in playing up and down the ground a bit too much. We need to slow it down a little bit. We got caught into their style of footy, which they're very good at. But I thought the last quarter was a bit of both. As I said, for the first 7 or 8 minutes, we had opportunities to hit the scoreboard, but we didn't take our chances. And then, they certainly lifted a lot better than us in the last period of the last quarter.
So how do you deliver the message you won't tolerate that, particularly at home?
Well, we'll certainly view it and talk about it and expose it on Monday. And then we'll see who wants to pick up the slack again, hop back on the bike and make sure we get a win Saturday night in Darwin. Pick a team that we think is capable of doing that, but not going to lose faith in the 22 that play.
Justin, how important is the size and the volume of the crowd here at Amy for the players?
It's no issue at all. Obviously the players make their own atmosphere out there, and obviously want to get a big crowd every week. But we're Port Adelaide and we've never had big crowds, and that's just a fact. So obviously we would love a big crowd, but it's up to the players to make their own atmosphere out there, and that's just the way it is.
Did you think that the crowd put in a poor effort to that?
No, not at all, mate. Not at all. We love our supporters. 100%. There's not really much else you can say, to be honest. We love them and we want them out of the game. So, yeah.
Matthew, do you understand every time that skill debate gets brought up, that a lot of supporters out there say, hang on, it's July, they've been training since supposedly November?
Oh yeah, you could.
That's still the issue.
Well, we could argue Essendon's skill level wasn't great. It was our pressure the first 3 quarters, and they're a highly skilled team. So teams have periods in the game when skill level costs them. We have a bit more than others, but there's some other teams in the comp that do a lot more than us. And that's why the frustrating part of not taking our opportunities with dominance in 3 quarters, you've got to take it. And us as a club where we're at the moment, we have to grab those opportunities and make the opposition really hurt on the scoreboard, not just on the statistical sheet. And that was probably a reflection of the day. Thanks, guys.